Yeah, but why this?
It's dreamy. It's ethereal.
It's not dreamy.
I dream about this.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've
All
got
right.
shit dreams. They suck.
I believe they're called nightmares.
Yeah, just me doing this.
Hey, this was a little bit of a sneaky one. I did not know this was coming. But yeah, very, very stoked that Lucas and the lovely gentleman in Holding Absence are back. Incredible band. That last album, The Noble Art of Self-Destruction. That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
That's what she said. Was a fantastic album. Very, very keen to hear this. I love this band.
They've signed with Sumerian too, a new record label. So
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to see. Sumerian's doing really, really cool things in the alt music space. Everyone they're signing is kind of just going on to like bigger than expected things.
I did see Lucas posted something about that, and essentially they were with Sharptone.
Yep.
And they love Sharptone. They had nothing but great things to say about Sharptone. But two of the people that originally signed them they moved to Sumerian, so they wanted to go with them, or just to be with people they worked closely with and all that sort of stuff. But hey, we don't need to know about that. We just need to know about how good the song is.
What are you predicting? Are you predicting like big, soaring, emotional holding? Okay.
Yeah. I also saw that apparently they've created like a new whole character for this. Like Lucas is very into his fantasy and anime and stuff, and they've created a character, and I think it's kind of relevant to the current state of the world with AI and things like that. So this will be an interesting watch as well, I believe. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us. Please hit subscribe if you haven't as yet, and follow us on the socials, and go and give HA some love.
Ha!
It's funny.
Very 80s.
A shadow in the darkness, a whisper of a dream. I know it's far away, but there's a hope, 'cause I believe. A slowly fading memory, an underwater scream. I know it's far away, but there is peace for me.
Whoa!
Who's drumming for them now?
I don't know, but that was the first thing I noticed when it kicked in. Like, obviously, we get very, very Holding Absence.
The percussion was cushion.
It was cushion. It was crushing. Crushing percussion.
I saw a God offering me perfection. In the neon, in the neon, in the neon reflection. He pulled me awake, swift as he came, his wings took flight, never saw him again. And now I find myself alone, left to wonder if the mannequins could speak. Surely they would use their lungs and scream.
Thoughts? You don't like effects on vocals?
It's not that I don't like effects on vocals.
I'm pretty sure you've said that quote exactly.
No,
Okay.
no. I said I don't like auto-tune on vocals.
No, you've commented on things before it's changed the
Like
vocals.
the
Because you're like,
heavy-
I love their vocals and why they put an effect on it.
That's an effect. That's not pitch correction. That's not completely moving a note to another note.
We'll talk about this after because I
unnaturally.
disagree with you there. But
No.
I do want to talk about that because I don't want to hold this one up too long.
Okay.
But
Either way,
fucking
just know
president.
that you're wrong.
President!
Yeah, there's a difference. Huge. Massive.
God, his grit's so good.
Dude, it's insane. Insane control, insane register. Oh, the This is just a new level. Fuck yes. Get it, my dude.
I saw a god, I saw a god, I saw a god, but he looked and turned away. Pathetic and cold, an orphan alone in the open. I begged him to stay with me in the gray, inanimate like a bird in a cage. But now I have no doubt at all. Yeah, I know that if the man
This drummer is good. And he had big shoes to fill.
surely they would kick and fucking scream.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Cause I've begun to spend my tunnel in my skin. It's hard to behold. I'm mending a soul that I had broken. Should I rejoin the rest and slip through my innocence? Being a human's more of a burden than I was hoping.
I like that line. Being human's more of a burden than I was hoping. That's cool.
It ties in really well with like the videography and the characters with these computer heads.
The whole thing as a package, as a story, as a concept is really good and really working, which is another point I want to, when we talk about the vocals later, bring up, because
You love a good package.
I love Lucas's package. I mean his vocal package.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. This is wall of sound, but the production is immaculate because you can hear the synthy parts in the background. You still hear every note play the guitar.
Yeah.
The drums is just going fucking crazy, and you still hear Lucas so crisp over the top. Very, very good.
100%. Okay. Ooh! To the Limo breakdown here.
Heavy vocal now.
Semi.
A shadow in the darkness, a whisper of a dream. I know it's far away, but there's a hope, 'cause I believe.
Oh my god, dude.
An underwater scream. I know it's far away, but there is peace for me.
Oof. Now look, let's just go hard on the vocals right now because they're a fantastic band.
Mate, you're already hard over the vocals.
I am.
Are you?
I am. This excites me. His voice excites me. His delivery is incredible.
If you haven't had a chance to see Holding Absence before, that's it. That's what he sounds like.
Yeah, what you see is what you get, man. And he does it all while being very, very energetic and engaging. And it's
Sweet high kicks.
he loves a high kick.
Oh, who doesn't love a high kick?
And he bounces and he's little.
Can you do a high kick?
You know I love a high kick.
Can you do a high kick? I know you
I
love
can.
a high
I
kick.
just regret it after.
The amount of pants we ripped.
Yeah. No, not pants, ligaments.
Oh, shit,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, yeah, look, the band is incredible, but Lucas carries it heavily, and that's not a slight on the band at all. It's just because he is such a special
100%.
vocalist.
Yeah.
We got a lot of it on the last album, a lot more of it on the last album. That grit, that tone, a little bit of heaviness. He leans into the screamy stuff a little bit more. And I was really hoping that he would continue down that route as soon as I heard him do that track with Alpha Wolf, because
Yeah.
he has a ferocity in his voice that is so emotive and so transparent, and you can just feel everything that he's singing about. I do want to note something that I thought of in regard to the drums when listening to this.
Yeah.
That was very intense from a percussion standpoint.
Yes.
It kind of... If you ever seen Holding Absence live and you're familiar with their studio versions, you will know that live Ash would often ad-lib or add additional flair to the drums live. He would throw in a whole lot of double kick and extra fills. Dude's a beast. It's almost like they've taken that idea that he had and now put it into the studio. The drums are way less simplistic on the recorded version in this. Because I could have heard that being far more subdued percussion-wise, but would expect to hear that live.
I like the tying in of like what you get on the album they can play live. And I think the percussion that was so exciting, it added to the song.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously, they've got very talented musicians there, and having Lucas at the front is so captivating. But that was an unexpected amount of flair in the drumming that I think made that song extra special on first listen. I'm really pumped to hear that more, to hear like the bits I didn't pick up on. Because there was so much going on there. I liked that it wasn't simple.
100%. Absolutely. And they do it so well. You know, and to go back to the vocals again, they're not a band that need to scream or have really heavy moments because there's so much heaviness and weight emotionally. But yeah, you're right. There's a lot to listen to there. I do want to go back and focus a little bit more on
there's such cool
the
guitar
drums,
parts that I think I just like instantly forgot because I was like on to the next bit there.
Also, the other thing is, number one, with the voice being so good, it automatically kind of commands you to pay a little bit more attention to the lyrics, and those lyrics are very engaging.
He also has such great diction, so you can follow along no matter how powerful he's belting them out or how subdued and soft, you still follow the whole, like, exactly what he's saying. So it does really draw your attention in. I thought that was wonderful.
Yeah, incredible. Such a great band. There's definitely something to be said for artists like Lucas and Noah, Vessel. These artists that are quite big fans of pop music and like K-pop and things like that, because their melodies are very fresh. That's definitely rooted in like...
I like a fresh melody. It's a fun way of describing it.
Yeah. Well, just, you know, like a lot of the vocal melodies are familiar, but there's just a little bit of a different spin on it. And
they also know how to get an earworm. They get a chorus there that you can instantly sing along to, which is super impressive.
Yeah.
Now...
Vocal effects.
Vocal effects. You literally said that was your stopping point with President, was the vocal effects.
100%. There's nuance to these things, Nathan. My problem with...
Nude once.
I was nude once.
Never again!
Yeah, not for me. My issue with President was, obviously there's a lot of talk about who the vocalist was. That I couldn't have given a fuck about, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to hear this guy sing. And what I heard was, for the most part, I heard vocal effects being used to attempt to mask who this guy was as a blanket. And that's my perception of it, okay? Which would make sense. And given that the last two tracks we've heard have got almost zero vocal effects on it from President.
Yeah. I mean, I think once you start playing live to these big shows and people hear your actual voice, you can't just continue putting an effect on.
You can't hide it.
Yeah.
The other thing is like, I have a problem with auto-tune, heavy auto-tune, where it's obviously being used because the person can't sing, or it's, you know, like an effect that's being used to add something, but it's just like too consistent. When it's done in a way that is tasteful, adds something to the song, you know, adds production value. But I feel like with the subject of this song and the whole package, like the imagery, the lyrics, the style, the sound, it all ties in. And it's something that's been thought of and it's been executed correctly. I have a feeling that, like, well, I know for a fact that they must have seen the song come out, the music video come out and gone, yes, our vision has worked. It's been presented the way that we need this to be presented. I think it's going to be a pretty special album, this one. I really do.
What did you guys think of Whisper of a Dream, the brand new track from Holding Absence? It's been a little while since we had anything new from them, and that is fine form to come back with. I think that was as good as I could have hoped for from them.
Yeah. They're hard to disappoint, honestly.
They're not hard to disappoint. they barely disappoint us.
Oh,
You
yeah,
disappoint them every time we talk to them.
Yeah, that is true.
At least you're consistent. Sick, stay strong.
Peace.